All right. Good morning, everybody. It's 5 o'clock. All you road warriors and guys getting out there this morning. Looks like the weather in Atlanta. Good morning, everybody. It's 5 o'clock. Looks like the weather in North Georgia is blustery and cold. For you guys trying to make it into work today. Send me a text and let me know how the signal's looking, guys. Let me see if I can find a weather report for you. You're aware of the Arctic blast that's plowing through the south here. I show it 14 degrees today, this morning. .4 degrees with a high of 31. And chance of snow tomorrow with a low of 13. Going to be cold all week. And then we got rain coming in early next week. How's everybody doing out there today? Y'all picking up your guys or getting a coffee together? Making your way to work? How far do some of you drive? I have driven hour and a half one way for a job for a short period of time. That was exciting. And I probably could have had a room, but man, who wants to live out on the road anymore? It's just it's crazy. I'm gonna take. As I've told y'all before, I'm working off a satellite. They say it's good for gameplay, so I've been testing it on this string. Yep, gonna be cold all week. Maybe some snow tomorrow. So if you guys need to make that money, I know it don't sound right, but make hay while the sun shines. Old saying. Y'all excuse me, I'm still working on this dang cold. Alright. I've had one viewer pass through. Looked like he gone. Trying to figure out how I want to configure this string. Alright, I'll leave it like that. Looks like it's glitching a little bit. Well, We got the what's in the news today? You guys probably listening. I don't know what you're listening to. Got the new president. Is that inauguration day? Inauguration day. It's also Martin Luther King's birthday. Great civil rights leader. A man I admire and respect his ideas. And try to incorporate those into my daily living. I hope you do the same. Give me your comments on Inauguration Day or MLK Day. Been a lot of weird coincidences around that, you know. I think moving in inside the last time that happened was Ron Reagan being on the birthday of MLK. Kind of strange. Maybe it's pointing our world in a different way. It says I have an excellent connection. What does that mean? Anybody knows what that means? All right. Monday morning, 17, went down to the, personally, I hope everybody had a good weekend. Myself, I went down to St. Simon's down in South Georgia there to visit some family members. Short trip. Got down Friday evening. Went to dinner on Friday and Saturday, and then visited Friday evening and Saturday, and got up early Sunday morning and headed back to the bunker here. Let's test the chat. All right. See the chat's up. Like I said, I haven't advertised this or made any comments to anybody to participate in this. I wanted to make sure I had my settings up and just start the process of learning and doing. Let's see, I've been streaming for 9 minutes now, and my commitment is to go every Monday morning from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. And I guess this is just the early morning ride for you guys getting out in the field, you know, going to go to work. Is there a lot of work out there, guys? Everybody doing all right finding work, construction work, pipe fitter work? Let me know in the comments how everything's going for you. Let's see. Yeah, about 500 miles I drove this weekend. Where's my coffee? Any of y'all drink coffee out there? Well, now, I get up 4:30 every day, and I try to hold off till 6 o'clock on the coffee. So I'm gonna try and hold off a little while on that. How about taxes? How many of you started on your taxes, gotten all the documents, got your taxes filed yet? Anybody started thinking about it? Some of us do, some of us don't. Some of us rushing because we get money back. Some of us don't rush because we might have to pay. Let's see if I can check the news feed, see if there's anything else. Let's see, we covered the calendar. All right. Don't see much in the news, but we got a new administration coming in. You know, they made a lot of promises during the campaigns. Some of them were pretty good ideas. That my concern is every election cycle they make oodles and oodles and goodles of promises, and then it just fades into nothingness as usual. I just want to see if it's going to happen again this time. I'm going to be a constant reminder of promises made, and I'd like to keep track of promises kept. It looks like the torch has been passed from the older generation to the now younger generation. That I believe President Trump will be a transition president, transitioning into a different world. I'm not sure what it's going to look like. Um, if you're out there listening, give me your thoughts on that. I'd like to have some varying thoughts and opinions, something to talk about. I have my thoughts, but so does everybody else. And anyway, I gotta figure out how to present this thing every week, and maybe y'all can help me. So, the first thing we should talk about every day is just a good morning. And then a motivational thing. I think we should always have some kind of motivation after the morning. So today today is the first day of the rest of your life. No matter how you're feeling, no matter where you're going, it is the first day of the rest of your life. And here's the good part: you have the ability to control how you approach things and how people see you. You want to be a shining example of goodness and kindness and sunshine and rainbows, or do you want to be the ugly dragon nobody wants to speak to in the mornings? Who do you want to be? And then I think we should have a devotional. And I'm not talking about having a prayer, but reaffirming your faith in what you believe in and how you wish your life. And we can talk about small stuff, get into the subjects, or if we have a specific subject, then we could talk about it. Now, if any of you know me and have worked with me and coming across here because you discovered another channel that I have, um, I'm a safety guy. So maybe this morning we should talk about cold weather safety. It's 17 degrees and we still need to be in the field and we still need to work. But we still have to take care of ourselves now. As you approach cold weather, there's a couple things we need to worry about. Not worry about, some steps we need to take to protect ourselves from the cold. One of the biggest things is proper attire. Of course, remember to dress in layers. Like this morning I've got a t-shirt on, and then I've got this flannel on, and then I may have another light jacket underneath, and then I'll have a kind of a windshield or another shell on the outside. It may or may not be insulated depending on the temperature. And of course, try and put on your long johns, your long handles, your long underwear to add insulation. Perhaps in the below the belt there, and then your pants, and then a good pair of socks, and of course a good pair of boots. But one thing that most people don't pay attention to is the amount of heat loss that comes out from around your neck and your head. Now you can see I lose plenty of heat from my head, but up to 70% of your body heat when you're dressed escapes from your head, and you want to conserve that. And the best way to do it is with a helmet liner and then a scarf to capture this heat here. And that'll really help out. And gloves. I've never found a pair of gloves that really kept my hands warm. Mitts are the best thing, but they're sure hard to work in. So you kind of have to make a judgment. I used to have some wool liners. The Army would issue two kinds of gloves. They would issue this has changed considerably since then, but they had a wool liner that was just a wool pair of gloves, and then you had a leather glove that fit over it, and those worked pretty good. So just consider those things. And then nutrition and hydration in the wintertime is just as important as nutrition and hydration in the summertime. Make sure you have a good meal and try to avoid just shoving a donut or a sweet cake down your gullet chased by a cup of coffee. Try and have some protein in there. You need those carbs. They get you going real quick and they'll heat you up. But try and have some protein with that carb, and drink ample amounts of water. And see if that helps. Now, if you get too cold, keep a check on your hands. Make sure they're getting plenty of blood flow, not turning purple or black, about to rot off. But constantly check yourself and then check your coworkers and make sure that they're adequately protected. Some of you guys who come from down around the equator and have come here to work, you may not be accustomed to being out here and working in cooler climes. So I'm just offering you some advice that I've given and followed throughout the years. It's worked well for me. And as cold as it's gotten, we had a little rain over the weekend, so there may be some icy spots. And we certainly got some coming in tomorrow. But with a cold start of 14, I'm in the mountains, so 14 is I'm probably a little bit colder than those guys working down in Atlanta, but it's supposed to be cold there too. So it says here because of the wind, it feels like 1 degree. That's kind of rough on an old Southern boy. Anyway, if you're out there waking up, getting ready, or you're already out the door, if you're like me, you would already be out the door and a good ways on your way to where you're going. Checking in, making sure. And I talked about it last week, but if you're a guy who's counting on a ride from a supervisor or a coworker, man, y'all be ready when they get there. They're kind enough to swing. They don't owe you a ride to work. They're doing it because they feel obligated, or they like you, their family, or they love you, or whatever. They're there to give you a ride. The least you could do is be peeking out the window for when they pull up to get on out the door, instead of having your wife come to the door. He'll be there in a minute. You need to be ready. You need to be up. And if that means going to bed at a decent hour and watching that UFC fight on record instead of live, do it. Make sure you're appreciative of things people do for you, and act accordingly. Yeah, this morning, normally Monday morning is the day I go for a walk, but at 14 degrees, I kind of doubt it. I'm supposed to take off the trash after this live stream. I'll probably go do that. And like I said last week, reason I want to conclude by 6, there's a Mike Slater. He's on the Patriot channel. I kind of like to listen to him on Monday mornings. He has a segment first thing in the morning where he talks about being grateful, and I've been saying that for years. Have a grateful day, and I mean it. And I want to hear other people express that they're grateful for the opportunities they have, whether it be just for the ability to get out of bed. Because believe me, there are some people who cannot get out of bed, and and they would love to. They would give almost anything to get out of the bed and be able to go down and get out and go to work or whatever, but they can't do it. And if you can, be grateful for that small fact. You should always start the day with a grateful state of mind. It'll improve your day for the rest of the day. And constantly remind yourself that you're out here and you're working and you've got an opportunity, and be grateful for that opportunity, and take care of it, the opportunity that you have, until another one comes along that offers you a better place. But you've got to learn to be grateful for those opportunities that you have. I got a mute button here. I need to do something. Oh, wintertime, stuffy noses, and colds and coughs, and y'all hear me clearing my throat. Forgive me. Just forgive me. Let's see what I'm going to put here. Put the desktop. How's it out there today? Anybody on? Let me look. Probably not, but like I said, I haven't made a big deal out of it. I'm trying to organize my thought. So we've covered being grateful. We've had motivation and devotional, and those things will stretch out. And, eventually there'll be comments, and we can open the forum up for discussion. And I guess I'm the moderator for now. And I'm certainly not going to have negative thoughts or people being, what happened to my live stream? What happened? Huh. Warning. We recommend stream bitrate. Alright. Telling me I need to check my bitrate. I thought I'd adjusted that. Let's see. Stream. Output. Oh, it's back up to good condition. And then that's probably related to the Starlink. All right. So if y'all see me drop out, as I've said, it's Starlink. Sometimes fading in and out. Warning. Yeah, see, it's. Let me check my. I love Starlink. It's opened up a lot of things for me. But sometimes it's still a growing enterprise. It should. Yeah. I can watch I'll let y'all see if it focuses. Yeah, it has a throughput. And it has an upload speed right now of 10, which you'll never get with any other kind of cable because they keep it throttled. But you'll watch it jump up and down the upload speeds. Kind of cool. Satellite communication, man, at the individual level. How long we been in the satellite business now? 50 years, 60 years. Here in the past few years, you as an individual can do like the big governments. Makes you wonder what the big governments have capabilities are now. Yeah, I was listening to somebody talk about those Tesla cars now. You know, we already know they know where this phone is, and whoever has it, where that phone is, and who might have it or might not have it. Can't see how Tesla would be any different. Matter of fact, OnStar and all those other services too. So you can be found. You got to be a smart criminal these days, and there's some out there, I'd imagine. Somebody give me a comment. Anybody watching? Anybody? They say that this darned old YouTube analytics can show you when somebody's watching, but I don't know how to do that yet. Well, I look at it and it says 0, and it's hard to believe. I was hope that one person would be there, but you know, you got to learn to put your show together. How many people do you know started any kind of thing with only one person participating? Probably all of us who've had any amount of success in the past. And the thing we have to do is just keep on keeping on. And finally, something will happen. You'll change your approach a little bit, or your approach will take on, and people will find interest in it. And spread the word and share, and before you know it, this is according to everything I've seen, read, and heard. I haven't seen it for myself yet. We're going to work on that. But I'm here 5 o'clock every Monday morning. And just to say it, just to stream to get everybody motivated and everybody going. Been in it for 32 minutes. And I got started a little early, but I will go to 6 o'clock dead on just to keep that commitment. And there's ways you can start this thing at exactly 6 o'clock, but I'm not sure how to do it yet. Maybe I'll figure it out. That's part of it. What'll happen, maybe some other live streamer will get on here, checking out what other people are doing or looking for ideas for their own stream, and give me some pointers and headers on how they do things. And I'm sorry to keep sucking snot in you guys' face, but I don't know what else to do. Turn ahead. I got to mute. Or a cough button. I wonder if there's a cough button on this string. Anyway, let's see what's going on. All right. Yeah. Morning news. This looks like peace has broken out again in the Middle East. That's a regular occurrence, isn't it? Over the years, if you're as old as I am, you recognize they have skirmishes and battles. The old Trump guy is trying to get a bunch of people into office to help him accomplish his missions. I guess we need to, if you care about it, and if you want to see a better world, I guess the best thing for us to do is to have regular communications with our elected officials. I mean, they did get my vote. I guess I have a right to. I guess I have a right to say something to my elected officials, especially if they have input in national policy. I should tell them how I feel. Make a stink if I need to. Changing world. We can have any president, and the president's not going to make anything better. He can try. But if the people, the people, don't wish to make any changes, or we don't want to see a better world for our children, then the best thing we can do is remain silent. All right, anybody out there? Looks like the live stream is up and running. I don't know what picture in picture means, but the live stream is up and running, and I'm here making noise, trying to read the news and fill the space until somebody wants to jump in and have a comment or two. Man, I got a stack of paperwork that needs to get done. Yep. I could get caught up in that phone trying to learn something, but I think I'm going to stick right here and just stare into the camera, make random comments, and hopefully somebody will pop in. Somebody just scrolling through. Maybe the YouTube algorithm will say, "Hey, look at this guy," one time as you're flipping through, and then if that's done 1,000 times, maybe one person will go, "Oh, look at that. Let me check this out." And then they'll flip through, and that has to happen 100 times before you get anybody who is finds any interest in your content. You just got to stay with it. And maybe there'll be another fool or two out there who, well, I believe there's more than one fool anyway. Plenty of fools, ain't they? How's the traffic? You know, me going to Atlanta this past weekend, just reminded me of how fortunate I am that I don't have commitments that carry me through that beast anymore. You know, people are on that wheel, man. That wheel that them gerbils have. You know, they're just running all the time, going nowhere, going. You know, reckless, in a hurry, thinking they got to be somewhere, some particular. You should have left earlier. Quit living such an anxious and hectic life. Try and put some order into your life, and try and keep a schedule so you know what you're doing from one minute to the next, and you're not late and stressed out because you forgot you had to go do this and you forgot you had to go do that. Keep a journal, keep a calendar, keep something to keep you organized. You know, we got these phones and we're staring at them all the time anyway. I like the old paper journal. I keep a journal. Any of you know me have seen this journal. And I've had a lot of times people ask me, "Hey, where'd you get that at?" And it was, God dang. It had to have been 10, 13, 14 years ago. I used to go to the flea market, and there was an older gentleman there who did leather art, leather work. And this was before I even attempted it. And I used to just carry around these dollar store $1 journals, and it'd be a page to a day, both sides, both sides, and it'd hold a quarter. And I just walked around with one of those, and they were getting ratty. They wouldn't even last because I was in the field. They'd get wet and muddy. And I had this design because I build fishing poles, and that's the logo. I don't know if you can read it or not. It says Hooker Rods. And the old pirate is my logo, Captain Hook. Put my name on it, and I've been carrying that ever since. And for years, you know, it looked new and didn't have any patina on the back of it. It didn't have coffee spills, or you can see where I carry it. I carry it like this, right? And you can see where I keep my hand when I carry it. It's got color on it. It's developed some different colors, but that's from age. And I like it far better now. It's become more supple. Every now and then I'll take everything out of it and get the saddle soap out and give it a good bath and then re-oil it and just try and take care of it. But number one, it makes a statement. When people see something that is handcrafted like this, they appreciate the artisanship or the workmanship and the artisanship, and it represents the man who carries it, right? It represents the man who carries it. So, and I keep track of a lot of stuff in there. If I have a meeting, if I have to make a trip, or if I'm on business or on a job site doing consulting, I'm making notes so that I can keep my memory fresh. Excuse me a minute. My goodness, it's cold. It's just aggravating. I've had it a couple, 3 weeks now, finishing it up. Anyway, how long we been at this? 42 minutes and 23 seconds. I got up this morning and rushed around. I got up at 4, a little bit before 4:30. Started getting up, moving around, taking my vitamins, making my coffee. I had a piece of bread and butter for breakfast. What the hell is that? It says I lost a signal on something. Sorry about that, guys. Girls. Anyway, somebody stopped by and see me. And I could do guests. You know, I've got the stuff. I mean, I think I can. I've got the software, and I've got a Zoom account. And if somebody wanted to join in and help me out with this, they're more than welcome to come on and do it, man. Adjusting these microphones. Tell me how the lighting looks. Tell me what the sound is like. Tell me if this stream is comfortable on the ears and the eyes. That's always important to keep people interested, and then the rest of it's on the host, right? What kind of interesting things can he come up with? Well, we've covered weather, we've covered motivational, talked about devotional for a while. And back to devotional, I'm not suggesting you follow any God. I'm just suggesting you try to lead a more spiritual life that adds a higher level of morality to the group that you're with, and do it in a humble way. I've seen so many people who call themselves a Christian or a Muslim or whatever. Their way is the only way, and your way is wrong. I'm not sure that I can take that approach. I can give you my way by example, and if it's good enough to influence you, then if you don't have a way, then perhaps you could take a look at my path and help you in dealing with life, family, work, and all that. Anyway, I'm not going to stay on that for very long. All right, 5:20. Time flies when you're having fun. Cold. It's cold. We talked about it being cold. Last week we talked about if you're a supervisor or a foreman, what kind of boss are you? Are you a boss or are you a leader? And for those guys who out there who want to be something more than just Johnny come lately, you know, what kind of, do you want to be a leader or just a boss? Leaders get more done because they exercise principles of teamwork, sharing information, being positive. There's a big difference between leaders being a boss and being a leader, and I've always tried to be a leader. Now there are times when you just have to be a boss. When things aren't going right and nobody's grasping it, you do everything you can to give them the big picture. And then, Out of a group of 20 guys, you might have one guy who just don't get it, just don't want to get it, is just there to get a paycheck because he's got a young girlfriend or he wants to be with his buddies and he needs the money to do it, and he's not really participating in the work activity. He's there just for a paycheck. Well, he needs to go somewhere else and just get a paycheck. I need people who are going to participate. And able for me to convince them to participate, I need to be a leader. I need to come in with the attitude that I want to see. And I have to maintain that attitude that I want to see throughout the day so that others capture it and know what to expect from me. Know what they're going to, when they see me, they know what they're getting. They know what I believe in, how I want it done. And if that's a good match, that's a good match. And if I'm the appointed leader of the situation, then I need to act like that and find people who can lead as well and enlist their help and attitudes that match mine. And we do nothing but get better and better. I've seen it time and time again. Workforces that have worked rarely together or some together or none together coming together on a project, and you have to build the team, and sometimes it takes a long time, sometimes it takes a short time, sometimes you don't have much time to get it done. It's got to be done in a hurry. But I know this, that once I work with a group of people and I get to another job and there's 2 or 3 of them that's worked with me on another job, and there's 50 other people who've never worked with me, those people who have worked with me do a pretty good job of letting people know who I am and what I am. And that should be the same for you. Be a boss or be a leader. Which are you? Leave me a comment. Let me know which one you think you are or which one you'd like to be, and why, what's your philosophy behind it. All right. One day somebody's going to pop up on here and just scare me to death. Somebody from God knows where. That'll be interesting. We'll see how I react. I'm glad this stuff gets recorded and saved for posterity. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to get some shorts out of it. Not the kind you wear, just, them video shorts they talk about, and post some interesting stuff. That would be an ultimate goal for me. That'd be kind of cool. But you got to stay with it and practicing your craft. I do have another channel. This is just a live stream channel. I'm not going to do anything but live stream. I may do some shorts on it, but I'm going to do mostly live stream on this channel. But the other channel I have is Middleclassbubba as well, but there's a space between Middle Class and Bubba. And it's recorded videos and leadership training. I think there's some drone videos on there. But it's mostly for toolbox safety topics. I know a lot of guys get out there and they don't know what to talk about. They know they should have this toolbox safety topic meeting once a week. And so I created a series of video topics so they could show it on a job site or get their guys to watch it in the truck on the way to work. It's just to give them a starting point to start talking about something. If you're a supervisor and you've got a job and you got a lot of man lifts on the job, you want to talk about man lift safety, and you don't know exactly what the approach is, you can go to my channel and type in man lift safety, and it may not be a full-blown course on man lift safety, but it'll be an introduction. It'll be a way to start the conversation. And starting the conversation is important. You got to have feedback from your guys. So once you have them watch the video, you can say, is he right about that? Or is he wrong about that? And of course, some guys say, "Oh, this is all just bullshit." And I said, "Well, that's fine. Then I have to keep an eye on you because you ain't interested in safety. If you're not interested in your own safety, you're probably not interested in anybody else's safety. So that makes you a hazard on my job site. And I'm not interested in having any hazards on a job site, especially because of an attitude. Anyway, I've got to come up with a new topic this week. I've been redoing a lot of the old ones because I can go back and look at some of the quality of my stuff, and my eye's not that great. And so, you know, to make what you do appealing, uh, it has to look good, has to sound good to keep people's attention. And so I've been working on that, and I don't know how far I've gotten, uh, but I'm always looking for feedback. I teased on the on another channel that I need those guys who think they know everything to watch my channel and make the kind of comments that you see them make sometimes, just so that I can check and make sure I am doing the doing good stuff here. Anyway, anyway, here we go, another hour, never get back, and I've had fun just sitting here talking to myself. Down in the bunker. Down in the bunker. All right. Ooh, it's starting to get a cramp. To wrap this thing up. I don't know if I can hold 7 minutes. It's like, just gas. All right. You know, I don't know what I would do if somebody popped on at 58 minutes into it. I'd give them much time as I could, but I'd probably have to stick with it just for, the solid hour from. I may start early. If you're out there and I start early, we can have, conversation. But toward the end, it'll probably I'll go till 6 o'clock. And that's about, 10 minutes or 8 minutes, 6 minutes or something like that. According to my computer, it is 5:54 a.m. We've been on here for probably close to an hour. I think I got on a little early. And I can see that the stream is skipping a little bit, but I've got a pretty good computer, and I know I'm outputting pretty good. Um, so the glitch would be between me and Starlink, because of Starlink router, because of weather, because of satellites going overhead, and Starlink back to ground to YouTube to the live stream. I don't know how long the delay is. Here, throw up a hand. 10,001, 10,002, 10,003, 10,004, 10,005, 10,006, 10,007. 7-second delay. 7-second delay. So, when y'all see me, I am 7 seconds in the past. That ain't strange. I don't know what is. Or am I 7 seconds in the future? And you see me, I'm 7 seconds in the past. Oh well. I don't know if y'all hear that or not, but we're gonna have to stop soon. had pretty good, pretty good stream this morning. Some jittering and all that, but all right, guys, y'all be safe out there in this bitterly cold weather. I'm sure the crowds are going, it's a holiday, so maybe you don't have to work today. That's why I'm not getting any viewers, because it's MLK Day and everybody's still lollygagging and snoozing in this morning. Well, happy MLK Day. Y'all look into the history of MLK. Look at who the man he was and what he stood for, and what he did for America. Um, there is some race contingency in there, and I dig it, and I support his goals and his thoughts, and I think we've achieved a lot of that. There's some clinger-ons out there who still need to feel victimized, and I don't want to get into all that. I just wish everybody a life of happiness. Wow. Okay. If y'all scrolling through and just watch this while scrolling through, thanks for taking the time to watch. I appreciate it. Um, I guess you could subscribe. Yeah, go ahead and if you subscribe, then you'll be notified of when these live streams come up. At least you could pop in and see if I have anything interesting to say, and if not, you can pop out. But at least you'd be notified. And if you'd like to participate, let me know about that. And if you're scrolling through and you find this and say, hey, I got this question, and then on the next stream, then we'll bring that up and bring it up and open it for discussion between you and me, if it's only you and me, or between the whole forum. Then we'll come up with a helpful solution or a way around, and help you think about things better or differently, and help you find your way, man. The way. Excuse me. All right. Sorry about that. I ain't got a cough button. I have to hit the mic button. You know what? It's almost time for coffee, and I still got a couple minutes with you guys. I'll tell you my coffee routine. Un momento, por favor. Oh, got about 2 minutes left here. Listen, coffee's stimulant. And when you wake up in the morning, your body's got all these chemicals that it's produced in its sleep cycle, and it needs to flush those out. And some people suggest, and I kind of believe, that if you overload on caffeine before those chemicals get a chance to flush out of your body through hydration and urination or whatever, that if you drink coffee before that happens, it just delays it. And so that's why people have crashes after lunch. And then they need their coffee shot. Then they go to lunch and fill up on carbs, Mexican food. I love Mexican food, but the chips and all that, high in carb. So I kind of wait till an hour, hour and a half before I drink coffee in the morning to give those chemicals a chance to do their natural thing in your body, and then enjoy the coffee. And I don't have the afternoon crashes like I used to. Anyway, you try it. You try it. But I know one thing. That first taste of coffee in the morning is fabulous. Well, boys and girls, that's it for today. If y'all scroll through and find this, subscribe to the channel and you'll be notified when I start this. But every Monday morning at from 5 to 6, I'm out here. And it's just an opportunity for us to get together and talk about what we're going to do for the day. If you have any issues, and this is aimed mostly, it could be aimed at anybody, but I'm thinking about those construction workers out there. Those guys who get up and turn the wrenches and turn the wheels of industry that 25% of the people in this country are related to the construction industry, and we need to make sure our act is together and we perform as professionals and maximize income for our efforts. Anyway, boys and girls, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. And most importantly, have a grateful day. And we will see you next time.